Welcome to the Anything Liverpool live stream with myself, Stitches, and Burke. Thank you so much for joining us as we review Liverpool's 4-1 loss to PSV at home, which in itself is embarrassing and a bit fucking shambolic, I won't lie. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and let us know what your thoughts are. Vent if you feel like you need to vent, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to need to vent. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Make sure that you have your notifications on for all future streams and videos so that you never miss out as well with us. We'll be live again later on in the week from Friday with um another live stream at 7 o'clock, and then we'll have our pre-game stream on Saturday before we go back at it again on Sunday with a post-game stream. But I'm going to pass it over to both of my panel mates here, and I'm just going to let them off and let them rant, because if I start ranting, I'm going to start saying words that are going to get the channel banned because of the two people that I want gone from this club, and some people are going to jump at me for one, and some people aren't going to jump at me for the other. But I let everybody get their opinions out, and we'll address them. Whoever wants to go first, lads, go first.
I'm thinking. So, shoot. I'm trying to frame my thoughts right now. Yeah, it's not a place to be as a Liverpool fan at this moment in time.
Yeah. It's just shit. I'm going to let you guys rant because I can't. So, like, what went wrong, lads? Genuinely, what went wrong? Because we had a fantastic first half after that stupid penalty given away, and then it just all kind of went to pot in the second half. I don't know what happened. The strategy was working in the first half, and then in the second half, it's almost like we went away from what worked.
Yeah, I'm confused. And, my opinion is that there are two ways that you react to this as a fan. One is the emotion, because we all love LFC and we love the club. So we're going to feel emotions. I feel emotions just the same as everyone else. And my emotions are not in a good place right now because of what's going on at club. But then when I put my emotions aside and I look at this, and people aren't going to want to hear this, so they're going to come at me, but I'm going to say it anyway. First of all, let me just say, I think that Slot's position is becoming untenable. And I don't know how we've got here so quickly. So we put that aside. However, I look at this and I look at the performance, and I felt like we played well. It sounds crazy to say that. We just lost 4-1 or 1-4 at Anfield. We just shipped another 4 goals at Anfield. And I'm saying I felt we played well. I didn't feel the players weren't trying for him. I feel like they were applying themselves. I felt they worked hard. I think after the first goal, which you can't blame Slot for Van Dijk handballing the ball. You can't. I felt we should have had a penalty. We didn't get it, which, things haven't really gone our way this season. But again, people are going to frame that as excuses. But I thought the reaction was really good. And I don't think you get that reaction if the players aren't playing for something, either the club or they're playing for the manager or something. I felt like they really tried. But I just feel like that third goal, that mistake from Konate, which is becoming a regularity, just sucked the life pause out of the club in that moment. It drained everything. I think I just texted in our WhatsApp group that the fans had been exemplary tonight, getting behind the team. The noise was good, but after that third goal, I think that just killed everything. And after that, it was a shambles. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Something's not right. And I'm never one to call for a manager's head, and I never will be, even though I felt certain managers in the past have had to go. But I feel like this match probably started the process in the background to start looking at replacements if it hasn't already started, because this can't go on. This can't carry on. And I don't know the answers. I'm looking and I'm trying to understand. It's like literally every chance we give away gets put away. It's like literally every decision that's 50-50 that could go our way doesn't go our way. It's like literally players that you've relied on, players that you would, say, these are top boys. They're making stupid mistakes. And like, I don't know, man. I'm at a loss. If anyone's got the answers, like, please let me know. I don't even know where we go from here. Like, even if we sack Slot tomorrow, what next?
Who replaces him?
What do we do? Who do we bring in? Like,
Can somebody answer me who replaces him?
I have no idea. I've heard
No,
Glasner. I've heard
no, because
Alonso.
you've heard Glasner. Glasner needs another 4 centre backs to make his
Yeah.
thing work. He also parks the bus like fuck with Palace, completely against anything that we do. Then on top of that, it's like Alonso. Are you sure he's even going to leave Madrid? Are you going to sack him under the hopes that he leaves Madrid?
And doesn't he play free at the back? Like,
he did at Leverkusen, but he didn't do it the year before, and then he's doing 4 at the back now at Real Madrid, and you're kind of like, well, they want him sacked while he's doing that, and you're kind of like, oh, but maybe he has the connection with Wirtz, and I'm like, okay, but that does fuck all for us. Like if he has to change the tactics again, and you're just I don't know. Like this is something that boils my piss as well. I'm sorry, Alex. Florian Wirtz at the left wing does not fucking work in the Premier League. It doesn't work in the Premier League. Look at who he's playing against for Germany. He's playing against guys that have work in the morning and have to start work at 9 o'clock in the morning the following day. Do not take international football seriously. It is not a microcosm to analyze players' performances. It is such a tiny, small sample size that it's useless to use to analyze players. Cody Gakpo tonight was one of the better players on the pitch. He was the only one going left, going right, getting into the box, squaring it, playing it to Kirkes and working at 1-2s off him. Ekitike was one of the best forwards we had. Salah, fucking non-existent. Again, for God knows how many games in a row now. He needs to be dropped. Salah needs to be dropped, and he needs to be sold in January. I'm saying it. And you can clip this, you can put it anywhere. He needs to be sold in January. Mohamed Salah is the detriment to this team. Very simply, he is the worst player on this team at the moment, aside from somebody named Ibrahima Konate, because that cunt can get fucking sold too. He is useless. Watching Mohamed Salah play football is painful this season. I love him to death. I absolutely love him to death until he started playing this season. He has been useless. Gakpo was not awful. If you think he was awful, you were not watching the fucking game. He was the only forward trying something, pressing, along with Hugo Ekitike. Simply as. That is, like, you cannot argue otherwise. And I'm going to even go and look at the fucking numbers of it now, because could I be fucked listening to people online telling me that I'm wrong when I know for a fact I'm not wrong on this? Because
the issue I have, the one issue I have is, and people see me as a Salah apologist or whatever. Let me start by saying Salah's been awful. I've always believed this was going to be a transitional season for Salah to leave. I've always believed that. I don't think Salah is at Liverpool at the start of next season. I don't believe that, right?
I don't think he should be gone in January. Sell him while he's at AFCON.
My point is this. Right now, I don't think you take Salah out and we win. I don't. I just think
you do.
The club is in a complete funk. I feel like some kind of voodoo's been done. Someone's buried a chicken head somewhere on the pitch. I don't know. We need an exorcism. We need to get the priests in. We need some like holy water sprinkled. Something is going on. And I don't know what it is. Like there's some obvious shit going on. Level shit.
Salah lost the ball 21 times today. He won 2 of 10 ground duels. He had 1 of 5 successful dribbles. He had 1 shot. What are we doing?
Chiesa had 2 and he came on in the 60th minute.
Bench Salah. The way you fix this team, and it is so fucking simple, is you play Ekitike and Isak up front, and you put a 10 behind them. That's it. That is literally how you win it.
Playing devil's advocate, and again, I don't want to do this because it sounds like I'm defending Salah. Not right, but Salah is not the reason that Van Dijk handballed the ball.
No, he's not. But Salah's the reason the second and third goals happened.
Konate decided to do what he did. Like we had 2 players Can we win some tackles, please? Like, players are just running through us, and I put him in that bracket because a player got past him way too easily, right? But you've got Kanate, you've got Jones, you've got Van Dijk, and it feels like players can just waltz around our defense at the moment. We don't win first challenges, we don't win second challenges. It's like, can someone just flatten someone? Can someone just take everything, please? Get a yellow card because you're making a tackle. Can we just win some challenges? Like, we're a soft touch right now. Like, people can just waltz into our defense. Every attack that we face seems to end up in a goal. What the hell? Like, yeah, look, Salah is part of the problem. No one's saying he's not. I just don't believe that he's the only problem. And I don't necessarily believe that you get rid of Salah, which I'm all for trying something new, because what we're doing right now is not working. Start Chiesa, start somebody else, do whatever, swap Gakpo onto the right, try stuff. But I just don't see that changing what the problems are. Fundamentally, we're not winning challenges. We're a soft touch. We get bullied by every team. Every team is comfortable because they know our attack patterns. There's no creativity. We do the same shit every time when we attack. The same slow build up.
That's because of Salah. He's predictable.
This is the formation that works. The one that I'm pointing out here. There's a right. Stitches, this is what I'm going to tell you and why Salah is the problem. Salah is the problem because Conor Bradley contributes double the pressing numbers as his right winger. If your right back is contributing double the pressing numbers as your right winger, that's a fucking problem.
But isn't that the same for every season that Salah? Wasn't that the same last year?
No, his defensive numbers this season, tackles and interceptions combined, are half of what they were last season. So if he wasn't defending last season, what the fuck is he doing this season?
It's irrelevant. I'm not here to defend Salah. So yeah, look, let's drop him and let's see, because right about now, what we're doing isn't working. And if everyone believes that Salah is the main issue, like, let's drop him and let's see what happens. Like, I'm up for that because I'm team LFC before I'm team Salah. Like, I just want my club to win. And if that's the solution, then do it. Like, let's see. I'm not convinced, but I hope I'm wrong.
It's the fact that Salah doesn't press, and then everybody then behind him needs to overcompensate and overcorrect, and that is why. And look, you can believe that if you want, that it's an awful take, but it's right. It is very simply right. Salah lost the ball nearly 30 times in that game, and the amount of touches that he had in the Forest game, just to give you another couple of numbers, he had 88 touches. In that game, he lost the ball nearly 40 times. In this game, he had 61 touches. He lost the ball half the time. When your winger is losing the ball 50% of the time and then doesn't counter press and doesn't track back, everybody behind him then has to compensate, which then puts them out of position and puts the whole team out of balance. You cannot have lazy forwards if you want to press. And whether he's doing it out of laziness or whether he's doing it out of an inability to be able to do it, that is it. Cody Gakpo done 10 times more than what Mohamed Salah done today, Alex. Shut the fuck up. I am fucking sick of this. People defending Salah for just because he's fucking Salah. Nobody is immune to criticism. Cody Gakpo did massively amounts more than him in this game. It is fucking beggar's belief that anybody thinks that Mohamed Salah should be starting in this lineup. And the amount of people that I've seen online putting Isak and Salah in the lineup for every game now that I've seen, it's like, oh, start Isak and Salah together. No, they can't press. You're half your front, 66% of your front three is then completely fucking useless and passengers in the press. He has to be benched. He has to be dropped. There is no other way around it. He has to be dropped. And by the grace of God, if I could give Giovanni Leone my ACL, I would, so that Konate could sit on the fucking bench and watch how a centre-back is supposed to play. Okay, I'm taking a breath before I start just shouting names at people. Burke, I'm going to throw it over to you. And where do you think it went wrong?
I don't know actually where I want to start, but we are in big trouble. Last season, we dominated the league and we won the championship, but what happened in May we were Premier League champions, and now we are in November, at the end of the November, and what happened to the team? 5 months or 6 months, this team cannot change entirely. You bought players, uh, you bought players very expensive, and when you look at the team, you cannot see the right team because the players that we went, maybe it just doesn't fit in our system, especially when you look at the last season. So the first problem is simple: Arne Slot, because you make transfers, you spend money, and you can't beaten in the Champions League 4-1 in your home, especially in your home. Maybe away, okay, the fans, etc., a lot of things, but you cannot beaten in your home. It's your castle. Or maybe you can beat him, but not this way. You cannot create chances. You don't have a plan. For example, we speak in our WhatsApp group. There's one guy says our XG, our shots more than PSV, but you didn't score, and your shots is going to the goalkeeper. You're not taking shots to the right corner. Your players cannot finish the job in the box. Remember how we scored? Gakpo takes the ball and shoots. Luckily, Zoboslai finishes, and then we are off. 25 to 45. Okay, the ball is yours and the control is in your hand. But then what happened? This match cannot be ended in 4-1. And we conceded the third goal. After that, I'm looking at the team. Everyone leaves the match. Like we didn't concentrate. Like we are, like we play Carabao Cup against Sky League 2 team. You cannot concentrate. You need to concentrate. This is really bad. We are big trouble, because when you look at the table, you're 13th, I think, in the Champions League, and you spent a lot of money on your players, and probably you will not be in the 8th in the Champions League. Sporting is in the 8th position, and you 13th or 14th. I don't know right now. This can't happen. This really can't happen. When it comes to the players, Mo Salah, I just checked. We renewed his contract in April. So last season we are in imitation, or we are in a dream. Where are you? You lost the ball. You can't catch up the player. You walk on the field. You can't create chances. Who are gonna be trust? You're the most creative player in the field and you can't create chances. Why did we give you the contract then in the April? Yes, you are the best player in last season. Yes, you are the best player. But after 7 months, what happened? I can't just understand that. What happened? The team that dominate the Premier League, I don't know, man. I don't understand. I don't understand really.
I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
This is a real advert for spending money is not always the answer. Because,
Yeah.
you know, we've been
Oh
crying for
my
years
God,
and
thank
years.
you. Fucking
Definitely.
Years and years we've been crying for
thank you.
this. Right? We cried to spend money like the rest, and we did.
Oh,
And now
they've been
look,
called an FSG cock and everything for saying we don't need to spend money. And then the one summer we go and we spend £500 million, we're shit. And I'm just like, I want to be happy, but at the same time, I'm like fucked off because we're shit. The only positive that's going to come out of this poor run of form, and to be honest, it kind of makes me hope that we're shit for the rest of the season. And the reason I say that is because all of these online fan pages that are set up from fucking God knows where in the world, and all of these guys that are trying to go to games, maybe I might go to 2 games in a season in the ballots, and I won't be fucking stuck waiting years to go to a game. That's probably the only silver lining. But it's, I'm looking at the comments here, and it's just, first of all, I don't know if it's Jesus or Jesus or however you pronounce it. Rio Ngamoa is not ready. He is not ready to play professional football at Jesus Christ. Not even going to comment on what I'm just after seeing from a comment from you. I'm just not going to say a word. That's funny. That's very funny. If you want an insight into that, lads, we have a different group chat from like years ago. When we were on a different page. I say years ago. It was a year ago. But somebody just said that. So somebody was really, really in the chat, and I was just like, go have a wank. And then somebody said, somebody replied back, I believe that PSV fucking us up the arse is going to be uploaded on as we speak. And I said onto the Pornhub humiliation section. And then Stitches decided to say in the Bukake section. Oh, that's fucking funny. But Ben, I'm going to give it over to you to finish off our stream, because if I go on another rant, we're going to be here for a half an hour. So tell me where you think it went wrong, and tell me what you would do to change it.
Well, the first thing I'd do to change it is what you've been trying to say forever, and what I agree with you on is Salah needs to be dropped, because he's clearly not at it. I mean, he's not scoring, he's not creating, and on top of that, he's not doing off the ball work. You can't. Last season, he got away with not doing off the ball work because he was doing unbelievable things on the other side of the pitch. If you can't do one, you've got to do the other. But this season, he's doing neither. You can't get away with that on a contending team. So you have to drop Salah. I mean, Chiesa came on again when the game was over. You know, Slot loves to put Chiesa on in bad situations just to ruin his reputation, apparently. Chiesa came on, done more, put more effort in, had more shots in like 10 minutes. And we all know who's going to start on Saturday, because, well, you can't drop the £500,000 a week player, can you? Because then, you might lose the dressing room. I think he's already lost the dressing room. Anyway, by the way.
Why'd you think that?
Because last season, these players fought tooth and nail no matter what. Even when we went 1-0 down, you'd be confident we could get the goal back or get the game and win it. This season, we go 1-0 down and it's a game over. I do not feel confident in this team to get the game back. None of these players feel confident either.
Do you think, but okay, so from my perspective, I see that as two different things. I see the application and the try and get back into the game as one thing, which if I didn't see, I would completely agree with you that he's lost the changing room or lost the dressing room. But I feel like seeing that until a certain point. Like today, we went 1-0 down and we turned it up. We got 1-1 and we dominated the game. Then we get hit with 2 sucker punches straight after the half time, and then didn't see them trying as much, and that was 3-1 down. So I think for me, and I'm, it's opinions. That's why I was interested to understand why you think what you think. Because I feel like if I didn't see the players trying, if I didn't see them like really put shift in to try and get back in the game, then I would think that he's lost the dressing room. I'm not quite seeing that just yet until certain points in the game.
When we went 1-0 down, it was a penalty. It was a free penalty. It was a penalty, but it was a free penalty. So yeah, you can't really say much. We didn't really get a foothold of the game. Neither did PSV. It's impossible to do that in the first 5 minutes. But then, so it's a bit of a blow, obviously, and we fought back as we should have. It's PSV. We should have been fighting back at the start of the game at home. But then again, when we go behind after dominating, there's no sign of getting the game back in, of equalising again, and let alone scoring a winner. That's why I think he's lost the dressing room. Because last season, you would have complete belief in all of those players, even Salah, even Gakpo, even McAllister, it doesn't matter who, to come on and win the game. You don't think that this season?
Does anyone else think, like, and hear me out, right? We got rid of 7 players. We lost 7 players in different ways last season, right? And those 7 players were part of a team that had been together for 3 seasons, right? So to a certain extent, their understanding of each other, their understanding of what runs, their connection was there. We then got rid of 7 players and replaced them with 7 new players, right? So do you think like there's a bit of it where the cohesion's gone? The link is gone, the mental link, the understanding that I'm going to play a pass there and I know that my fullback's going to be there, or I know that Salah's going to make that run, so I just make that pass. Or do you know what I mean? Those little details. Do you think that's an impact as well? Because as much as we added 7 players, we didn't add 7 players and keep everybody. We got rid of 7, so the depth isn't there, right? We were talking about last season, we were talking about we needed to add players, right? But all we did was replace. We ripped and replaced. So I don't know. I'm not making excuses. I'm just trying to understand what I'm seeing, why this is happening. And, what does anyone else think?
I don't think you can use not gelling together. We're nearly in December. These players should be gelled by now. They know each other. They train every day.
I'm not having that, because it took multiple players multiple months and in some cases an entire season to gel to bigger teams. Moises Caicedo took nearly a full season to gel after moving to Chelsea, and he moved within the Premier League. There's other players that have taken a while to gel when they've moved teams. Ryan Gravenberch is a perfect example of that.
To 2 seasons.
It was 1 season of being under Klopp, and then everyone was like, oh, he's kind of got to kick on, and then he had a world-class season last season, and now he's one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. Dominic Szoboszlai, people wanted him sold for God knows how long. He moved from the Bundesliga. It took him until Arne Slot came for him to be that important. So it was nearly 2 seasons under Klopp as well there, or a season under Klopp, should I say, as well there. Like, there's so many instances where you can't. Yes, they're around each other and playing with each other every day, giggity, and that they're all surrounded by each other and they're all intricate and they're all gelling and whatnot. But there's something in your brain synapses that you cannot replace in just a couple of months when you have spent years with the same players. Like, the core of that team that won the Premier League last year at least had a good 2 to 3 years of playing together. Salah, Van Dijk, Trent, Robbo, Alisson. Then throw in Gakpo and Diaz in there. There's everybody other than your 3 midfielders. So it's 8 of your 11. 8 of your starting 11 had been playing together for probably about 3 to 4 years at that point. If you want to then take Diaz and Gakpo out of it, then you're probably looking at half of your starting 11 having played for the guts of 4 or 5 years together, if not longer. And that's why it just clicked like that last season. So then you go and you rip Diaz, Nunez, Kwanzaa, which was this most stupid sale of the lot of them. Trent goes, and to be honest, I don't think we're missing Trent. So anybody that thinks that can take a long walk off a short pier. We're not missing Trent. Salah isn't missing Trent either. Salah is getting the same amount of balls played to him. Salah is getting the same amount of progressive passes played to him, and he's averaging the same touches per 90. So he's not lost service. He's just not beating his man anymore. It is that simple. And then people turn around to me and say, oh, we need somebody like Adam Wharton. Oh, please take a long walk off a short fucking pier. Adam Wharton is one of the most overprotected and overrated players in the Premier League at the moment, and it's just the flavour of the month. It takes a while, and I'm not having that, yes, they should be all gelled within a couple of months. First of all, a steady right back for at least 4 games and the whole season. On top of that, Isak decided to take the whole summer off and hasn't been able to get up to speed whatsoever. Ekitike hopefully has just gone down with a bit of a back spasm today and is not completely injured and will be there for the West Ham game on Sunday, because he starts Alexander Isak and Salah on Sunday. He might as well hand in his fucking notice, in my own opinion. But it is what it is. And West, I'm not gaslighting anybody. I'm speaking facts. If you would like to rebuttal anything that I have said, please feel free to. I will happily have a debate and a conversation about it. Nothing that I have said is wrong.
I'd like to rebuttal the Kwanzaa thing. I do think the Kwanzaa sale, you can look back and say now, because Konate has been so bad, that it was a bad sale, but I don't think...
No, it was still a bad sale at the time.
I think
it was a bad sale. It was a bad sale at the time because we already needed a centre back, because Joe Gomez can't be relied upon. Even if Kwanzaa wasn't sold, we still needed one centre back because Joe Gomez is made of biscuits. Joe Gomez should have been shipped and Kwanzaa should have been kept. If the goal was to get Leone and Gahey, cool, no problem. I can understand that. We can't really fault anybody for Oliver Glasner saying he's going to throw himself off the top of Selhurst Park if Gahey goes. Unfortunately, we can't account for that. That's why Gahey didn't happen. Everything was done for it, which is why I think January 1st there's going to be an announcement video that he's coming. That doesn't bother me whatsoever. It would actually help us, I feel, because it gives Konate a shot in the arm, and that might iron sharpens iron. It might show him, shit, my spot isn't so safe here. I better start fucking performing. Similarly, why Mohamed Salah is still playing is just beggars fucking belief for me at the moment. But look, guys, it's nearly 11 o'clock at this stage, and I'm sure it's later where you are, Bark. I'm going to hold it there because we could go on and rant about this for fucking 6 hours. And I know people at work in the morning and people want to go to bed and everything like that too. And I don't want people to work themselves up into a tizzy where they're going to be awake for the next 6 hours. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us on this bit of a rant session. I hope everybody had a wonderful day. And one thing I do want to point out of Ahmed Musa here, who else is right back that can play instead of Jones today? Because otherwise it's Szoboszlai. So you're going to take your best midfielder and put him back there. Jones in the first half was phenomenal. He was absolutely brilliant. Do you know why? Because he didn't go forward. The second Jones started going forward, it immediately exposed us down that right-hand side. Now, whether that was tactical or his own decision, beggars belief. I'm not even going to begin to question it because I'll only send myself off again. Of all of the players that play today, in my opinion, the only two that can hold their heads up high is Dominic Szoboszlai and Hugo Ekitike. Two guys that can absolutely walk out of there with their head held high. Maybe Ryan Gravenberch as well. I'll give it to Ryan Gravenberch. Anybody else that's on that pitch can walk out of there. And I wouldn't mind as well. Poor Kirkes is getting an awful lot, well, not awful lot of flack, but he's kind of getting lumped in with everybody else there. Kirkes did nothing wrong all game. He was fine. He did nothing wrong all game.
I think on that last goal, he was
the third goal was
wrong side. The third goal, he was on the wrong side of his player. He should have marked the inside. But listen, I don't even want to do that because I agree with you. I think Kirk has had a very solid game considering what he's been going through. And there's a lot of revisionism about the fact that we needed Kirkes because Robbo was poor last season, so bad. And all of a sudden now, people don't remember any of that. But yeah, I thought Cody Gakpo did well in a lot of parts of the game. It's weird. I think we played well in some aspects, but it just seems like we're so porous. And every time they transition on us, it looks like they're going to score. And that's every
But
team.
all of the goals came down the right hand side. It's like I'm fucking preaching to the choir. I'm just, it's just, Salah needs to go. I'm sorry, he does. Konate needs to go. Both of them need to get the fuck out of my club. And that's where I'm going to leave it, unfortunately.
AFCON save us.
Oh, stop. AFCON save us is right. That's the only reason I think Semenyo would work, is if he's going to play on the right wing and cover Salah's running. Because whatever Salah can't, like, Semenyo isn't the greatest in build up. He's not the greatest dribbler. He can shoot from both feet, which is great. He's a powerful runner and he can press really, really well. But I think that's the only reason. But I think he could probably better allocate funds elsewhere if you're going to put 65 million on a winger, in my own personal opinion.
Come get a midfielder.
Or you could get a midfielder. But then you see, you don't fix the problem with the press unless you're changing formation and completely dropping Salah. But look, it is what it is. If you don't laugh, you'll cry, folks. The only way is up. That's the way that I look at it. Every cloud is a silver lining. It can only get better. It can't get worse. That's the only way I look at it. We've lost 3 on the spin and conceded 7 goals. No, we've conceded 10 goals in 3 games. In their last 3 games, lost to City, lost to Forest, and lost to PSV. We have West Ham on the weekend. Stick around for our pre-game streams on Saturday, and we'll have our post-game stream on Sunday. If you haven't already done so, make sure to like and subscribe. We would very much appreciate it if you did. Appreciate all the comments today as well. I know we've had a bit of a back and forth and it's been a bit emotional, but they are appreciated. If you're currently watching on X at the moment, make sure to jump down into the comments below. You will see a link straight over to our YouTube page. We would very much appreciate a subscription and a like, and leave a comment and let us know what you think. But from myself, Stitches, Ben, and Burke, thank you so much for joining us on this post-game rant and venting session. We hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their week, and we'll see you